You've tried everything: special diets, gut healing supplements, medications, endless therapies, and yet your child is still struggling. Digestive issues that won't go away, anxiety that keeps them and you up all night long, focus and behavioral challenges that make everyday life a battle. It's not your fault. You've done everything right. But there's a critical piece of the puzzle that nearly every doctor, even natural and holistic ones, continue to overlook. Right now, we're living in the middle of a massive pediatric health crisis. Autism now affects 1 in 31 children, and over 1 million new ADHD diagnoses were added in just the last few years. But here's what no one's talking about. Behind so many of these skyrocketing struggles is a single, powerful, often ignored nerve, the vagus nerve. And when this master nerve pathway is stuck in stress mode and not functioning properly, it throws the entire nervous system and your child's health into chaos. So that's what this video is all about. It's made for parents who are exhausted, overwhelmed, and out of options. Parents who've gone down every rabbit hole, searched every blog, tried every diet and detox, and still haven't found the answers that actually lead to healing. So what you're about to discover could change everything. You'll learn exactly how the vagus nerve works as the body's master controller, how stress, birth trauma, and subluxation shut it down, and how neurologically focused chiropractic care can safely and naturally restore its function without drugs or invasive interventions. This video is for exhausted, frustrated parents who have gone down endless rabbit holes trying to help their child with chronic health, behavioral, or developmental conditions, but haven't found lasting solutions despite trying conventional medicine, natural remedies, or both. I'm going to reveal how the vagus nerve, the body's master controller, impacts nearly every aspect of your child's health and why it may be dysfunctional, and most importantly, how neurologically focused care can restore its proper function without drugs or invasive procedures. You'll learn why addressing this missing link could be the breakthrough that you've been searching for when other approaches have failed. The statistics surrounding children's health today are truly alarming. Beyond the 1 in 31 autism rate, chronic health conditions now affect approximately 40% of children in the United States, according to CDC data. What we're seeing clinically is a generation of children whose nervous systems are chronically stuck in fight or flight mode. Their bodies are in a constant state of stress response, which severely impacts the function of the vagus nerve, the primary pathway of the parasympathetic rest, digest, and heal nervous system. When this critical nerve doesn't function properly, it creates a cascade and perfect storm of effects throughout the body, from compromised digestion and immune function to difficulties with emotional regulation and behavior. What frustrates parents the most is realizing that conventional doctors rarely even look at the vagus nerve function. Instead, they hand out a different prescription for every single symptom and condition, never addressing the one root cause that ties them all together. First, let's understand what the vagus nerve actually is. The vagus nerve is the longest, most complex, and most important of the 12 cranial nerves, extending from the brainstem through the neck into the chest and abdomen, connecting your child's brain to vital organs, including the heart, lungs, liver, digestive system, immune system, and so much more. It's the main component of the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest, regulate, and digest system, which counterbalances the sympathetic fight or flight system that many children get stuck in today. So how does vagus nerve dysfunction impact your child's health? Because the vagus nerve is such a key component of nervous system regulation and the nervous system controls and coordinates every other system of the body, vagus nerve dysfunction can lead to problems with impaired digestive motility, disrupted gut function, indigestion, constipation, and countless other gut issues, including wreaking havoc on the gut-brain connection. It also can suppress the immune system and has an inability to control and regulate inflammation throughout the body. And when inflammation runs unchecked, it contributes to all sorts of chronic health challenges. There's also a social, emotional, and behavioral well-being that's very much controlled and regulated by vagal nerve tone, meaning that when it's disrupted and dysfunctional, behavioral problems, anxiety, and other mental and emotional disorders can set in. Through its impact on heart rate variability and respiratory patterns, vagus nerve dysfunction can affect your child's ability to calm themselves and regulate their response to stress, manifesting as anxiety, panic attacks, or emotional outbursts. So, the perfect storm that creates this vagus nerve dysfunction in children, it often begins during pregnancy when maternal stress hormones cross into the placenta and affect the developing nervous system, suppressing and altering the development of the vagus nerve and parasympathetic nervous system before the child is even born. Birth interventions like C-sections, forceps delivery, and vacuum extraction can create physical trauma to the delicate upper neck and brainstem regions where the vagus nerve originates, directly impacting its function. Early childhood stressors, including antibiotics, environmental toxins, emotional trauma, and even excessive screen time, can compound these effects, overwhelming the developing nervous system and further compromising vagal function. When these factors combine, they create neurological dysfunction and subluxation in the upper neck and brainstem regions, disrupting the critical communication between the brain, vagus nerve, and the rest of the body. So how do we find and measure vagus nerve function with our Insight scans? Here at Generations Chiropractic, we use advanced Insight neurological scanning technology to objectively assess your child's nervous system function, including vagus nerve activity. These non-invasive scans measure heart rate variability, or HRV, which is directly controlled by the vagus nerve and is considered one of the most reliable biomarkers of vagal tone and function. With this objective data, we can identify specific patterns of vagus nerve dysfunction in your child and create a personalized care plan designed to restore proper function. This right here is an image of the vagus nerve tone that we can measure through heart rate variability. You can see on the graph all the way on the left, that white dot represents that person's heart rate variability, and it's shifted into that sympathetic spot, meaning that the system is stuck in that fight or flight tension, and it's also really dropped out of that green box. If you can see that Z5, that little white blip in the green, that's where we'd want that white dot to be. So when we're out of there, it means we don't have a lot of energy to handle stressors, and we're always in that fight or flight state. You can see that white dot get closer and closer to that green as it progresses, meaning that after chiropractic care and during this process, the vagus nerve is getting better function. It's being able to process stressors more easily, and the system is no longer as taxed. If your child is stuck in stress mode and struggling with focus, digestion, sleep, sensory issues, behavior, or emotional regulation challenges, or anything else you can't quite find the key to, it's time to stop guessing and start testing. Our neurological insight scans and HRV technology can show exactly how well their nervous system and their vagus nerve is functioning and whether their nervous system is in balance, or if it's stuck in fight or flight and totally out of balance. You can click the link in our bio on Instagram to learn more, and if you're ready to schedule your child's nervous system evaluations today, you can schedule it there as well. Finally, get those answers that lead to real healing.